This is what I call a tribute to HMAS Sydney. HMAS Sydney must be about the most famous ship in our Navy. There's been 4 of them. 2 that served in the World Wars. We've had an aircraft carrier and we've got a serving frigate. The first song I'm going to do for you is about the forgotten Sydney from the First World War. She was the boy that sunk the German cruiser Emden at the Battle of Cocos. And that's what they call this little song, the Battle of Cocos.
Fierce battles on the sea. In 1914, a dangerous place to be, and it didn't take too long before we got the news. A German raider was out under the hostile and on the loose. Now the Emden was a graceful ship, not some ugly beast. A truly elegant lines made her the swan of the East, with chivalry and honour that history don't forget. Even from her enemy she won their deep respect. She was out and on the loose, and quickly gaining fame. Over 30 ships met their fate as she plundered ocean lanes. On was commanding a game and tested crew, dedicated to their mission, their duty they would do. Now the Sydney was an Aussie, class of 1912, convoy escort for the Anzacs to the killing fields of hell. Itching to have a go to prove what she could do. If she came across that raider, there'd be one hell of a blue. The 9th of November, and it made a big mistake. Sydney got a sniff of her, there would be no escape. No sense of escaping with this bloke about. The battle was on the raiders, luck had just run out. Captain Glossop stood command as the Aussies settled up. The raiders smashed and grounded, finally given up. For an hour and a half the battle raged ferociously. So many good men dead and wounded, a waste, indeed a tragedy. Off North Keelan Island, there still lies the wreck. The scrap merchants been and gone and took what they could get, while the Sydney, she was melted down back in 29, releasing her name to another ship, to another team. In 1939, another war was on the cards, with battle lines extending right into our own backyards. And it didn't take too long before we got the news. A German raider was out under the hostile and on the loose.
Thank you. The second Sydney, she was a boy that fought in the Second World War. Everybody seems to remember her. She was sunk off the west coast of Australia. She was found about 2 years ago, I think. I wrote this little song, sort of salute to her, and sort of a need you now. First time the boys, actually as they brought the probe up, and actually saw her lying on the bottom. Anyhow, I call this little song The Battle of Carnarvon.
Just tell me to move on. Happy head in there. Sorry.
Searching the abyss, she appears out in the gloom. Battered, smashed and broken, she lies in her sunken tomb. Lost in the heat of battle, back in 41. Not a soul survived, 600 men were gone. The 19th of November, 1941. History records the legend was begun. The Sydney and the Carnarvon, they fought their final round and lost to the darkness. Both the ships went down. The Carnarvon, as a raider, she had a pretty good run. 11 ships accounted for since her wartime cruise begun. Well trained with experience, commerce rating relies on the simple formula of disguise and sheer surprise. Commissioned in 35, the Sydney had seen a bit from the very start of the war, right in the thick of it. A veteran steeled by battle, she'd sunk a ship or two. Out fighting in the mid, they showed what they could do. The Sydney found the Carnarvon, signals flashed one to the other. Though disguised as a Dutchman, the raider soon discovered he couldn't slip this bloke, though he gave it a good try. When his bluff was finally called, it was time to fight and die. The German raised his flag, the raiders' guns, they run amok. The Sydney at 1,000 yards was cruelly struck. Guns and torpedoes quickly smashed and wrecked the ship. But though mortally wounded, the Aussies did their bit. The Carnarvon abandoned ship to the boats and trust their luck. Their battle damage fatal, soon half the ship blew up. The Sydney, she drifted off, so many fires alight, till sometime round midnight she disappeared from sight. The total loss of the Sydney, a wartime tragedy. The full truth of her demise remained a mystery, till finally her discovery in 2008 revealed once and for all the Aussie cruiser's fate. The ship rests on the ocean bed, 2.5 kilometers down. A bird was sent to film the wreck and see what could be found. Exposed with stark clarity for the whole world to see. The overwhelming courage, the battle's raw ferocity. The 19th of November, 1941. History records the legend was begun. The Sydney and the Carnarvon, they fought their final round, and sorely wounded in the darkness both the ships went down.